Whoa! Did you just pop out of a void bubble? Do you have magic powers? The bridge? Are you sure about that? The bridge hasn't been there for 16 years. I wasn't even born when it was destroyed. That is strange, but a lot of strange things have been happening on this island. What's your name? Nice to meet you. My name is Trixme. Let me help you. What would you like to know about? Bersha would be the only unicorn who might be able to help. And if she couldn't help, she might know someone who could. She's the smartest unicorn I know. Well, except for my mom. But Mom doesn't know anything about void bubbles. She doesn't even believe me when I tell her about them. Oh yeah, tons! She lives in the castle. Just follow any of the paths out of the village. There are a lot of nice unicorns you can talk to. There's a shop where you can buy things for butterflies. There's a barber shop if you get tired of the way you look. That's about it, really. Yeah, the butterflies appeared on Unicorn Island years ago. We collect them and use them for things. PT's back again with some kind of adventure machine. I was gonna go see it today, but my mom says I have chores to do. There's a great big tower that I really like. It's surrounded by beautiful roses. There's all sorts of stuff on the island. Just run around and see what you find. Sure thing. I'll be around. Whoa! Did you just pop out of a void bubble? Do you have magic powers? That's what I call them anyways. A void bubble is, well, it's hard to explain. It's a bubble that appears out of thin air, and when it pops, there's usually something new on Unicorn Island. The bridge? Are you sure about that? The bridge hasn't been there for 16 years. Yes. There was a bright purple light that came down and destroyed the bridge. The island was surrounded by a purple wall for a while. That's why we call it Wall Day. When the purple wall disappeared, there was nothing but ocean. Some folks say it's gone. Some folks say it's just lost. No one knows for sure. Say, what's your name? I was just curious. Are you feeling okay? It can't be too comfortable popping out of a void bubble. Hi, I'm Trixamy. Let me help you get oriented. What would you like to know about? Sure thing. I'll be around.
Sometimes things on the island change at night.
I'd love to explore the caves, but they're so creepy.
Do you ever wake up and feel that you're no longer actually on Unicorn Island? No? Oh, me either.
Hey, you want to try a new hair color? I can even change the color of your horn if you want. Hey, you want to try a new hair color? I can even change the color of your horn if you want. Aw, okay. I'll be here if you change your mind.
Have you seen Buckshin run? He's so fast!
Have you tried PT's obstacle course? It's so fun!
I love playing on the Great Bridge, even though it no longer goes anywhere.
I saw the estranged rabbit once. I swear I did.
I'd love to explore the caves, but they're so creepy.
Strange things keep happening on Unicorn Island, ever since Wall Day anyway.
Do you ever wake up and feel that you're no longer actually on Unicorn Island? No? Oh, me either.
Hello, Governor.
Do you ever wake up and feel that you're no longer actually on Unicorn Island? No? Oh, me either.
Hello, Governor.
Butterflies. Why do they always fly in groups? This was merely one of the questions that the scientists on Unicorn Island asked themselves after the mysterious appearance of the butterflies. I wonder if they're also on the mainland. If there is still a mainland, why do they glow the way they do? Why do they turn to sparkles when we catch them? Why are they different colors? The butterflies appeared 2 years after Wall Day. Many unicorns were afraid of them at first. The foals were, of course, interested and trusting, but the adult unicorns were suspicious and cautious. Occasionally, a unicorn would get too close to a group of butterflies, and the butterflies would disappear in a cloud of sparkles. Those unicorns didn't seem hurt by the butterflies, but there were effects. It felt like soda bubbles in my nose, reported one unicorn. It felt like I've just woken from the best nap ever, said another unicorn. Mommy, they made me feel better, said a young foal who had been ill. Still, no one knew where the butterflies came from, or what they could really do. Like all mysterious things with no explanation, interest in the butterflies waned until it had all but completely disappeared. Foals would make games out of who could catch the most butterflies. Bursts of sparkles became a common sight on Unicorn Island. Most unicorns let go of their fear and embraced the change. After all, the butterflies brought some much-needed smiles back to the island. They also revitalized sick unicorns. They made crops grow again. They became the backbone of a new economic system on Unicorn Island. Still yet, some unicorns remained worried, always keeping an eye out for butterflies and looking upon unicorns who had captured too many with a distrustful eye. Maybe someday the mystery of the butterflies would be explained, but then again, maybe someday the mainland would come back. Unicorns hoped, but certainly did not expect. The Story of Smeg. Smeg was a Cyclops. That means I only have one eye, Smeg would say proudly. It's in the center of my head, he would add helpfully. Everyone that Smeg talked to would assure him that they could see he only had one eye, and that it was in the center of his head, but Smeg still offered the help. He was a friendly Cyclops. One day, Smeg was playing alone in a grassy area when a small girl came up to him. "Hello," Smeg said. "I'm Smeg. I'm a Cyclops. That means I have one eye in the center of my head." The girl looked at Smeg quite seriously. "Is it hard having only one eye?" the girl asked. Smeg thought about this for a moment before deciding that it was not hard. "No," Smeg told the girl. "It's not hard, it's just the way I am." Smeg and the girl played all afternoon together. Finally, they decided to play hide and seek. Smeg took the first turn hiding, but he was so big the girl could find Smeg every time. Late in the day, Smeg found a giant cave. "I can hide in there," Smeg thought. He walked into the cave, and soon it was very dark. "Hello?" Smeg called, but only his voice echoed back to him. Smeg took another step and began to fall. "Oh no!" Smeg shouted. He fell and fell. It seemed like he was falling forever. The darkness around Smeg disappeared. Suddenly everything was light around him. He could see that he was falling through the sky towards a beautiful island. He landed on the ground, hard. "Ouch!" Smeg said. He slowly got up and looked around him. He was surrounded by unicorns. "Hello," Smeg shouted. "I'm Smeg. I'm a Cyclops. That means I only have one eye in the middle of my head." Smeg was very helpful, and the unicorns all smiled at him and introduced themselves. The unicorns and Smeg had an awful lot of fun. It took all of them a very long time to figure out how to send Smeg home. In the old days of Unicorn Island, Smeg would come and visit and play with his unicorn friends. It has been so long since Smeg has come for a visit, some unicorns think that he is just another legend of Unicorn Island and wasn't real at all. If Smeg ever did come back to play, he better remember how to get home, because no unicorn remembers how to help him get back.
I used to be a great war horse before I took an arrow to the knee.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you today? What a surprising comment from such a young unicorn. Sometimes it is hard to be happy. That is a long story. But I am no longer a storyteller. Now, run off and play.
The History of Unicorn Island, Part 1. Unicorn Island is part of the Unicorn Kingdom. Once, long ago, you could see the Unicorn Kingdom's mainland from Unicorn Island. A great bridge extended from the island to the mainland, and unicorns could come and go as they pleased. Some unicorns conducted business on Unicorn Island while living on the mainland. Some unicorns vacationed on Unicorn Island. And of course, there were islanders who lived on Unicorn Island and only went to the mainland of the Unicorn Kingdom when absolutely necessary. These islanders' families had lived on Unicorn Island for generations. They loved being close to the sea. They swam and fished and drank unicornitas. One day, Sonus the unicorn was galloping across the bridge between the Unicorn Kingdom and Unicorn Island. As his hoof crossed the halfway point, the sky suddenly grew dark. An ill wind started blowing. Sonus could have sworn on that day that he heard voices floating over the bridge. Known among other unicorns for his bravery, Sonus did not stop for long, and the change in the weather did not deter his travel. He galloped on towards Unicorn Island. A few steps later, the wind stopped blowing and the sky cleared up, returning to the perfect blue that Sonus was used to. Also, Sonus couldn't hear voices any longer, if he had ever heard them in the first place. Tales of what Sonus experienced that day traveled all over Unicorn Island and through the Unicorn Kingdom. Soon it became legend and the subject of scary bedtime stories. Anytime a unicorn was traveling from the mainland to Unicorn Island, you could bet that someone would say, "If you hear voices, tell them hello for me." Many more unicorns told tales similar to Sonus the unicorn's, but no one could find a cause to the strange happenings, let alone explain the phenomenon. It became part of life for the Unicorn Kingdom, and the first rift that formed between the mainland kingdom and Unicorn Island.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you today? I did, but that feels like many lifetimes ago. Now you should run along and play, little one.
Hi there!
I'm so tired. I've been playing with these kids for what seems like days. Their parents are still shopping. It's like I'm stuck in a time loop that never ends. Please, help me. I don't know if I can do another dance party.